I mean, I don't know if SjoW mentally can recover from this position, but we're going to find out because game number 4 is getting underway. SjoW's going to need 2 straight wins if he wants to win this match, and Zalae is on match point for the next 2. This feels like unfamiliar territory for me if you're SjoW.
Yeah, and I got to believe Zalae just looked so good in that last game. I was supposed to say he's going to be going back to Grim Patron Warrior.
Oh, look at this, though. I mean, SjoW, he goes, you know what? Haven't been able to fight the long-term Hunter battle. Haven't been able to use Grim Patron Warrior to success. I'm going to bring Face Hunter and make you answer me.
Yeah, Wolf Rider, very indicative of a very aggressive build in Hunter here. But we were talking about this during the break. What a masterpiece from Zalae last match.
Beautiful deck building. I mean, the deck just can't be built that much better. But, I mean, with Armorsmith, Fiery War Axe, and Whirlwind in his opening hand, he's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on SjoW in terms of the minions he can get rolling. This Zalae has a possibility to outright run away with this game.
Fiery War Axe great here early against a lot of what SjoW's going to be doing with his deck.
Yep. Taking 2 off this, not a big deal. SjoW's hand looking abysmal. That draw is pretty darn good. That is going to give him some gas now in turn 3.
Yeah, being able to coin out this Piloted Shredder is going to give him at least something to do this game. And Zalae, he's got an Armorsmith here, but his hand, it's getting a little redundant going forward.
Yeah, once he's seen turn 1 Abusive Sergeant 2, I think he understands that this is likely to be something like Face Hunter. And look at this, he's even going to attack, knows that the damage is actually pretty important in this match, and also wants to get a Death Bite set up next turn in case of Animal Companion. He's squeezing out those little bits of value.
Yeah, he wants to get his race on. You got to get the damage in while you can. Plus, he's got 2 more weapons in his hand, so he's got to make room for those as well.
Yeah, SjoW's got to know that Death Bite is in his hand too. Zalae's not just going to waste a Fiery War Axe that way. Pilot Shredder, he feels comfortable enough having to put this out here and hope that Zalae doesn't get the drop that he needs for this to be devastating to him.
Yeah, if one toughness minion comes out of this Piloted Shredder, it's going to be really bad for SjoW going forward.
Unless it's a one-eyed cheat.
That's a good one-eyed cheat.
Yeah, the 4-1 would be pretty darn decent right now, but what play does Zalae have? He's forced into this one, and this is a major point for SjoW. Oh, gets a Whirling Zap-O-Matic. That's 6 damage this turn.
Even gives him the well played there as well.
That's a big deal right now.
Yeah, this Whirling Zap-O-Matic's going to get in a ton of damage this game.
Piloted Shredder dealt 10. 10. How often does a 4-mana card deal 10 damage?
SjoW's going to push a ton of damage here, realizing, I mean, he's going to probably attack this Armorsmith, actually. Yeah. Let this Death Bite, because the Death Bite has to attack the Whirling Zap-O-Matic here.
Yeah, so it's actually going to get in 13 points of damage now. Well, it might not anymore. I mean, there's a small chance he just runs in his Armorsmith here, plays Grim Patron, and swings with the Death Bite. I don't think that's an impossibility. Is that where Zalae wants to be right now, though?
I think it's where Zalae has to be right now.
Well, that's indeed where he's going to be. Everyone's going to be getting in here in a second, but SjoW does have ways to check this. The bigger deal here is that if SjoW is investing into killing Grim Patrons, it means he's not pushing damage onto Zalae's face. And given the way that we've seen this deck built, that's exactly where it wants to be, is pushing that damage onto Zalae. So the alternative to that is the Hunter's Mark and the Explosive Trap.
Yeah, I was going to say, he does have an alternative where he could play Hunter's Mark onto the 3/3 Grim Patron, set up an Explosive Trap, and then continue to push damage into Zalae. Zalae probably won't attack fearing Explosive Trap. He will develop his board more, and then you can unleash the Hounds for a ton of damage going.
The big problem with that is Zalae's going to understand that game plan, and he's going to work towards abusing that against you.
With a Frothing Berserker, yeah.
So I think SjoW knows that that's a big risk to be taking, and he's respecting that. He's weighing the pros and cons of each of these plays right now.
And this feels like one of the deciding turns to me in this game.
Now, the Piloted Shredder drop was good for him.
Now, if he unleashes the Hounds, do you think this is going to be for a clear?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to use the Hunter's Mark if he unleashes the Hounds for sure. There's just no question about it. The big question here is Eagle Horn Bow or Quick Shot. Yeah, I don't blame with the Eagle Horn Bow too. He needs to get the Haunted Creeper out and hope that it gets some repetitive source of damage. I mean, the benefit he has right now is that Zalae is at 17. So if he puts together enough damage in this game, things could get very ugly. But with Fiery War Axe, Whirlwind, and Frothing Berserker behind this, I mean, you're looking at some big turns possible from Zalae.
You're going to be seeing a big Frothing Berserker this turn as well.
Yeah, going to get to armor up next turn. Doesn't get it this turn, so that is more damage that SjoW's getting out. And he has a quick shot for this Frothing Berserker. The question, again, is that since he's so low on cards, can he afford to invest that quick shot here?
I think you just have to invest a quick shot here. I mean, this Frothing Berserker's got 7 power, and you're at 18. If you draw any threat, like a Wolf Rider, he's going to be able to play Wolf Rider, Leper Gnome, and quick shot this turn.
Yep.
You can even just change the Wolf Rider into the Frothing Berserker here, but I got to believe he's going to try to hunt for repetitive damage from his cards here.
He's hero powering the Frothing. This is going directly in that Frothing Berserker. He cannot afford to wait that long.
Yeah, he's going to hold on to this quick shot, hoping to get an extra card out of it, since this game is going to be going long.
What a draw from Zalae. Any threat right now is significant.
Great draw from here. If he missed on this draw, if he drew like another combo piece here,
yeah, like Inner Rage.
Like Inner Rage, exactly. That's what I was about to say. If he drew something like Inner Rage here, I think this game was all but won for SjoW.
It does have to put together more threats, but again, SjoW's deck is dedicated to this kind of circumstance. When it gets down to both players have very few, just continue to push little bits of damage here and there. Eventually, you get there.
Yeah, that he gets to leverage that hero power. What games we have seen in this match. It has lived up to the billing.
This one's so tight right now, too. I mean, this is what I expected from both these players, too. You know, using all the resources that they have to try to grasp onto any advantage.
Unbelievable play back and forth from these two guys, and Zalae going to take his time like always when the turns are, even remotely difficult. Wants to make sure that he finds the exact right line. He probably has more games under his belt with this deck than anyone in the world right now the last month.
Yeah, I think the major consideration here was how something like Quick Shot impacted this board, and that's why he's using this Fire Axe instead of using the Whirlwind. SjoW is put in a position where, unless he's got a hand basically exactly like the one he does, his Frothing Berserker will start getting in damage.
As Zalae is looking for any sort. Ooh, Animal Companion picked up here. Great one for SjoW.
Animal Companion is going to happen first. Oh, there's a Huffer. And this could come close to spelling doom for Zalae. He's down to 6 right now. He's staring down a trap. I don't know if he can afford to believe that this is something like a freezing trap right now.
Yeah, Zalae, well, picking up an Execute, he could actually Whirlwind Execute now. That he might not be able to play around. He's at 6. Like, what can you really afford to play around?
Exactly. He's got to get something done. So
maybe you just slam here and actually keep the Whirlwind and the Execute. It's a little bit cleaner. I got a little ahead of myself there, maybe for a second.
You get in 2 extra points of damage.
Yeah, you get in the extra damage. If you can get it up to 6 power, that's actually pretty important because it starts to cut the clock down very quickly.
Which is his major concern right now, is cutting the clock. Because every single time he gives SjoW another draw, that's 1 step closer to lethal.
Yeah, his hero power matches up really well against SjoW's hero power going forward. But the problem is, like, if SjoW ever draws any threat, especially a charge threat or anything to deal extra damage, he's just dead.
Yeah, he's going to find out that this is explosive trap. And so, potentially damage missed out on. He's going to use Slam once the Execute for something bigger, like maybe a Misha gets rolled. Would be great to have Whirlwind Execute in that spot. But again, he's down to 6, and SjoW has got 3 in hand and 2 from the hero power. This draw could end the game. Eagle Horn Bow is going to do it, and SjoW is going to send this one to a 5th and final deciding game. What a tight one this has been.
You know what? It's just poetic. It has to go to game 5, right? I mean, it had to.
That's the way both of these players have been playing. I mean, again, 9-match winning streak in the last 9 matches between these two. That is a massive total to be putting up. The fact that we're seeing the full 5, this is exactly what I wanted, and I'm sure what a lot of people out there wanted as well.
If this one would have ended in 3 games, I would have felt cheated.